Tu m'écoutes? Bonjour les gens engagés. Félicitations. This isn't like the first time at Place de Canada with 50 of us and the separatists behind us coming up. First of all, congratulations to Mike and to Jimmy and everybody else. I'm not going to name them all. You're not seeing a demonstration today. You're seeing a new Montreal stirring. And it is a stirring that is not merely angry, but has a new direction and has a new purpose. In 1950, in France, the country was desolate. The spirit was broken. And Charles de Gaulle asked a man named André Malraux to make a speech. And in that speech, Malraux said que chaque fissure dans l'ordre établi, c'est jamais le résultat des hasards. C'est le résultat des efforts des gens déterminés de rendre compte à la vie. Vous êtes les gens déterminés, and we will bring this government to account. We are not here in the thousands and elsewhere merely to protest a piece of vile legislation. Legislation that is odieux et mesquin, that shames us as Quebecers who are inheritors of a tradition of liberalism that is unparalleled in North America. We are here because we have the most radical government ever elected in modern times in Quebec that has no policies. So in trying to solidify its base, it attacks the most vulnerable. What is Bill 14's main goal? Nothing but segregation and marginalization. We cannot accept as Montrealers, who a quarter mile from here at Place des Arts are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King's speech. We will not accept what he called government from whose lips drip the words of nullification and interposition. That is beyond the pale. We cannot accept a government qui attaque les plus vulnérables. We cannot accept a government qui attaque notre soldat dans les forces canadiennes. We cannot accept a government or a law qui prend les droits et les opportunités de nos jeunesse et serrer leurs opportunités. And more than anything, we will not accept second-class status and segregationist rhetoric for 1.5 million Canadians in Quebec, protected not by a charter with a notwithstanding provision, but protected by a constitution under whose section 133 we have full and equal rights, and more. And more. This is not about rhetoric. We must leave here today, each of you as ambassadors, each of you to your networks, so that the next demonstration is 10,000 strong, and the one after that is 40,000 strong, and that will demand certain things of our governments, both provincially and federally. Two things in particular. The time for reasoned debate, obviously, with this government is over. When, during an election, you have intelligent, cosmopolitan people that the PQ ministers are, don't kid yourselves. They know that what they're doing is wrong. But when they start talking about counting heads on the island of Montreal, that is segregation. We do not accept that. We can no longer merely voice displeasure and go home and grumble. There are two things that we can do that we have not tried in 30 years of what is nothing but a civil rights struggle, and that is the wording and the message and the metaphor we need. The first is a call on the federal government that has a civil rights division in the Department of Justice to protect our Section 132 rights as Canadians. C'est pas une question seulement des anglophones et allophones. Si vous vous souvenez, en 2011, c'est les francophones, c'est les parents des jeunes francophones qui allaient jeter complètement M. Duceppe et Mme Arroy à la Convention du Parti québécois quand elle commence encore de parler de référendum, quand elle a commencé encore de parler de sceller l'accès à des sujets francophones, à les étudiants francophones. The francophones are just as aggrieved as everybody else. And when you look at the list of names of all the various groups that are here today, 1/3 of them are not Thompson or Schwartz or Giordano, but they're Tremblay and Gagnon. Ça, c'est une lutte pour l'esprit de Québec, une lutte pour un esprit d'une province qui avait un patrimoine politique non pareil en Amérique du Nord. L'année passée, c'était le 180e anniversaire quand Louis-Joseph Papineau a donné l'émancipation à tous les minorités en Québec, 20 ans avant l'Angleterre. Ça, c'est notre patrimoine progressiste. Nous ne sommes pas fidèles et nous ne pouvons pas laisser qu'une haute noirceur descende sur Québec. We lived through that already. The second thing we have to send the message to is to Quebec City, not to Ottawa. We, 1.5 million non-francophones de souche, account for almost 40% of the individual tax revenues of this province. Taxation is not an absolute right of any government. It is a contract between citizens and their governors. And if we are to be marginalized, if we are to be demonized, if we are to be called les autres, well, if we have no say, perhaps we should not pay.